All right. I don't think our next game is our Foxhole. Philadelphia at Dallas. Dallas minus 3.5. Um, I'm feeling pretty good about Dallas here. You had a power rated at 4.
Let's make it a
It's
Foxhole. This was what I was gonna make Foxhole.
What about Giants though?
No, see, the Giants would be big balls. That's not a Foxhole. Like this is a Foxhole because this is between the pros. This is split right down the middle. I know some
Well,
pros who
then I
love
might.
the
Okay.
Eagles.
All right. Then let's make this Foxhole. I might want to change big balls to Giants.
You're in on the Giants now. You've come full circle.
Maybe.
I love it.
Maybe.
Yeah,
But let's talk about
I
Dallas.
I thought this was Foxhole just because it's very split. A lot of back and forth, a lot of arguments, a lot of guys saying they got the inside info that Hurts is not hurt, that whatever happened last week was purely to the head. Nothing about his lower body was ever any type of injured. From the other side, from people in Dallas, it's like, no, I'm hearing other news that Hurts is hurt lower body, and that's going to hamper him offensively. Yeah, I would say my favorite thing I saw, if you're an Eagles backer, is there was a bunch of crazy Eagles fans that went to the Eagles stadium with signs, huge signs that said "Run the damn ball," and that's the truth. Like that's what's really been missing with this Eagles team. They just have not been running the ball like they were earlier in the season, right? And Dallas, that's their Achilles heel. Like if you can run the ball on this team, it really can set up everything else. And I totally get it, like where everyone's coming from, but I look at it from the viewpoint of the Eagles. We knew they were going to go through a gauntlet, and they're lucky they're not sitting here right now 0-3, right? They could have easily lost that Bills game, could have easily lost that Chiefs game, and they did get blown out to that 49ers team. And in past years, this would be like an autoplay for me on Dallas because the Eagles and Dallas just always split. That really is how it works in their conference. But yeah, it's shocking that this is so split. Like I'm looking right now in our app, it's basically 50-50. So
Yeah.
yeah, if you're an Eagles backer, you got to be feeling pretty good getting the plus 3.5. But Chad knows I make this -4 on the Cowboys, so I'm not scared at all taking the -3.5 here on the Cowboys. It just feels like they're the right side. This is what we always call a scheduled loss for the Eagles. It does feel that way where it's just not an ideal spot for them. And you mix in Cowboys extended rest, December at home. That's a big deal playing against this Eagles team. So yeah, I just couldn't avoid it. It pains me to say, but I am on Dallas this week.
Well, look, schematically, two things. One, Lane Johnson is still banged up. Like sat out a couple weeks ago, was not great last week. The Cowboys, that it makes it harder to run the ball when one of your best offensive linemen is not fully
For
healthy.
sure.
Number one. Number two, as we saw the Niners do, there is a huge hole in the middle of the field
Yep.
defensively for the Eagles in coverage. And that is something the Cowboys can systematically take advantage of. What have we heard about all season long? The Cowboys are now running a version of a West Coast offense. What does a West Coast offense do? Quick throws, slants across the middle where guys are getting leverage. That is the opportunity that the Cowboys have with really good receivers right now in a middle of the defense that might not be able to cover against that. So schematically, and forget about the spot, there are opportunities. Then I guess we are in the foxhole.